Gold cars that shine brighter than the sun. A car that looks more like a crown than a vehicle. Sounds unreal, right? But for kings and queens, cars are not just for travel, they are treasures on wheels. Imagine a vehicle that does more than move from one place to another. It tells a story, represents power, and reflects centuries of royal pride. Hidden away in secret garages and guarded like priceless jewels, these cars are custom built, covered in gold, or even decorated with diamonds. Some are so rare that only one exists in the entire world, and it belongs to royalty. These vehicles aren't simply parked, they are preserved like relics of history. They're polished daily, surrounded by guards, and sometimes never even touched by the outside world. The idea is simple. Cars here aren't transportation, they're living symbols of status. Today, we're opening the doors to these secret royal garages to explore the rare machines that symbolize pride, power, and history. Stay with us because what you're about to see will leave you amazed. Golden Rolls-Royce of Prince William. Few things grab attention like a car plated in real gold. Rolls-Royce, Mercedes, even sports cars have been transformed with golden exteriors, shining rims, and sparkling mirrors. The very sight of them is overwhelming. Imagine a parade where sunlight bounces off every angle, creating a glow so strong people shield their eyes. These golden machines become the centerpiece of royal celebrations, almost like a crown moving on four wheels. Inside, the seats are stitched with gold thread, while steering wheels glimmer in the sunlight. Each detail is handcrafted, sometimes taking years to perfect. Even the smallest button can be wrapped in precious metal, reminding anyone who steps inside that this isn't a car. It's a golden chamber on wheels. A single golden Rolls-Royce can cost around $10 million, and though fully functional, they're rarely used for daily driving. Instead, these cars are reserved for moments when history is being written. Royal weddings, coronations, and state visits are the only times they make their appearances. And every time they do, they dazzle not just crowds, but entire nations. Reporters, photographers, and citizens know that when the golden Rolls-Royce comes out, something truly monumental is happening. For Prince William, the golden Rolls-Royce is more than luxury. It's a bridge between tradition and the modern royal image. It symbolizes a new generation that still carries the glow of the past. When this car rolls into public view, it's not just a ride. It's a reminder that the royal family shines brighter than any jewel. Queen Elizabeth's one of a kind. Rolls-Royce for royals. Rolls-Royce is more than luxury. It's a personal statement. Queen Elizabeth's collection included cars that no one else on Earth could ever order. Many of these were completely custom-built, ensuring no two were alike. Rolls-Royce engineers worked directly with the royal household, making every wish a reality. Whether it was handmade leather seats, rare paint jobs, or even starry ceilings designed to mimic the night sky. Each car took months, sometimes years, to build. The craftsmen used the finest leathers, sourced from special tanneries, and polished woods from forests reserved only for royal commissions. The result? Cars that felt less like machines and more like works of art. When you stepped inside, you didn't just feel comfortable, you felt the weight of tradition. A custom Rolls-Royce for a queen could cost between $7 million and $12 million, often finished with gold trims and top-of-the-line sound systems. But the real value wasn't in the price tag, it was in the symbolism. These cars weren't just owned by the queen, they became part of the story of her reign. Each state visit, each ceremony, each historic event had a car perfectly matched to its importance. For the queen, the Rolls-Royce wasn't about showing off wealth. It was about showing stability, elegance, and dignity. These cars became rolling palaces, representing the crown wherever they went. And even today, they remain symbols of how luxury and monarchy are woven together like threads in royal fabric. King Salomon's rare hypercars. Some royal garages look more like car museums, packed with hypercars from Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Pagani, and Lamborghini. King Salman's collection is one of the most talked about in the world, with cars so rare that some exist in only 1 or 2 copies worldwide. For most people, hypercars are dreams seen only in magazines or racing shows, but for a king, they are everyday treasures. These machines are engineering marvels, capable of breaking speed records and roaring louder than thunder. But here's the twist, they are almost never driven. Instead, they sit spotless in private garages, polished daily, with engines that are started just enough to keep them alive. They're kept as symbols of what money, power, and influence can achieve. Each hypercar ranges from $5 million to $20 million, depending on rarity. Some are special editions created exclusively for royalty, meaning no one else in the world will ever own them. That exclusivity makes them priceless in ways money can't even measure. For King Salman, these cars aren't just about speed. They're about representing Saudi Arabia's vision of wealth and power. Each hypercar is like a jewel in a crown, reflecting not just personal taste, but the grandeur of an entire nation. To walk through his garage is to see a symphony of design, power, and prestige that leaves even billionaires speechless. Princess Diana's diamond cars. Imagine stepping into a car where the logos, dashboards, and even gear knobs sparkle with real diamonds. Some royal creations are valued at over $100 million, making them rolling jewelry boxes. For Princess Diana, elegance was always part of her identity, and her cars reflected that in ways few could ever imagine. These diamond-covered vehicles were not for everyday driving. They were treasures, objects of beauty more than machines. Guards stayed close at all times, ensuring safety, while only the closest circle was allowed to even glimpse inside. The cars became like mobile treasures, guarded as carefully as royal crowns. Secret garages of royals. The cars themselves are priceless, but the garages that house them are equally breathtaking. These hidden spaces resemble palaces with marble floors, golden chandeliers, and walls decorated with royal emblems. Walking into one feels less like entering a garage and more like stepping inside a royal ballroom. Some garages span the size of football fields, holding hundreds of cars under perfect lighting. The cost to build and maintain them can exceed $50 million, complete with climate control systems, high security technology, and even car lifts. Every car rests in its own perfect spotlight, as if displayed in a museum built only for the royal eye. But these spaces are more than just storage. They're showcases of power. Visiting dignitaries are sometimes given private tours, leaving them stunned at the wealth they witness. Each garage becomes a silent statement. This is the level of our prestige. And for the royals themselves, these garages are sanctuaries, places where they can walk among their treasures, remembering the moments in history tied to each vehicle. They're not just garages, they're vaults of identity, carefully sealed from the outside world. Vintage cars of King Charles' royal collections also preserve history through vintage vehicles. King Charles is known for his love of preserving heritage, and his collection reflects exactly that. Restored Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, and classic open tops from the 1920s and 1930s shine like new, carrying with them stories of past kings and queens. Some of these cars once carried monarchs in royal parades, making them priceless artifacts. Every detail, from the original wood panels to the leather seats aged by time, tells a story of an era long gone. To ride in one of these is to travel back in time, to a world where elegance ruled the road. A single vintage car can be worth anywhere from $2 million to $10 million, but their true worth is not in money, it's in memory. For King Charles, these vehicles represent the continuation of tradition, a way of preserving the past for future generations. These vintage cars are like moving history books, teaching lessons of style, dignity, and craftsmanship. They prove that even in the age of hypercars and gold-plated engines, the past still holds its throne in royal garages. Cars for special events. Some cars are built for a single unforgettable moment, royal weddings, coronations, or diplomatic visits. These vehicles are unlike anything else on the road, designed with precision for history itself. Painted in rare colors, decorated with family crests, and fitted with silk interiors, they are rolling monuments. Each detail is symbolic. The paint may represent national colors, the embroidery may carry centuries-old symbols, and the design may honor traditions passed down through generations. Building one of these cars can cost between $5 million and $8 million, but the cost is secondary to the meaning. After their one event, these cars are carefully stored as permanent mementos. They're rarely used again, becoming artifacts tied to a single day in history. For example, a wedding car might never leave its garage again, forever remembered as the carriage of a new royal chapter. These cars remind us that for royalty, vehicles are not just about transportation. They're about ceremony, tradition, and the kind of moments that the world never forgets. Supercars with royal symbols. Imagine a Ferrari or Bugatti already worth millions, then made completely unique with royal initials, emblems, or family flags stitched into the design. These additions instantly transform an already rare car into something beyond value. They become personal signatures of royalty, cars that no one else can ever own. The interiors often include golden trims, rare leathers, and exclusive features. Some even have technology ahead of their time. Hidden compartments, custom communication systems, and bulletproof engineering. Driving one of these isn't about speed, it's about showcasing royal identity. When a royal supercar appears in public, it's not just a car, it's a moving flag. Crowds don't just see an expensive vehicle, they see the nation's heritage rolling down the street. It becomes a way to merge tradition with modern engineering, creating a spectacle that commands attention everywhere it goes. These cars remind the world that even in the world of supercars, where billionaires compete for status, royalty still stands above. Hidden cars, no one sees not. Every car is meant for the spotlight. Deep within private garages are secret vehicles, rare test models from automakers, prototypes that never made it to public production, or exclusive gifts from world leaders. These are the cars no one has ever seen on the road. Some of these hidden treasures are valued at over $20 million each. They remain untouched by the public, adding layers of mystery and prestige to royal collections. For car enthusiasts, they're legends whispered about but never confirmed. For the royals, they're private treasures, known only within palace walls. These hidden cars prove that wealth isn't always about showing off. Sometimes the greatest power lies in keeping secrets that no one else can ever claim. Royal car collections are far more than garages of vehicles. They're treasure vaults filled with golden exteriors, diamond-covered interiors, hypercars, and vintage classics that carry centuries of history. Some are driven once, others are hidden forever, and a few are worth more than palaces. Together, they reflect royal pride, secrecy, and unimaginable wealth. Every golden surface, every diamond-covered steering wheel, every hidden garage tells us something about what it means to be royal. These aren't just machines, they're symbols of nations, traditions, and legacies. So if this royal ride left you amazed, hit the like button. It helps us share more incredible stories with you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a peek inside the hidden lives of the world's richest and most powerful. Share this video with friends and family, because when royals hit the road, even the streets shine with gold, diamonds, and history.